Public health and education are two of the biggest areas losing state funding under cuts from DOGE. Good evening, I'm Chad Silber.
And I'm Julie Luck. 2 Wants to Know's Ben Briscoe dug through records to see how our area is being impacted.
DOGE is cutting a Department of Education grant to UNCG's Serve Center. They'll lose more than $11 million. The center does research to help students succeed in and out of the classroom. And that's one of at least 75 grants cut across North Carolina. $155 billion is how much the Department of Government Efficiency says it's saved across the country, posting proof on the wall of receipts. It's hard to tell exactly what's being cut because so many items say unavailable for legal reasons or redacted. But going line by line through more than 9,500 grants cut nationwide, I found North Carolina will lose at least $714 million. The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services is out at least $171 million. A spokesperson sent a statement saying in part they'll have to cut at least 80 jobs. And the federal grant funding impacts a number of areas of work, including immunization efforts, funding for the new NC immunization registry, infectious disease monitoring and response, behavioral health, substance use disorder services, and more. Earlier this month, a state epidemiologist also explained how the cuts could lead to more people getting sick.
If those programs were to go away, it would mean that we would lose our ability to be able to track what kinds of infections are circulating in our communities and to be able to respond quickly. I worry that we'll see a lot more cases and outbreaks of diseases.
In the triad, we're losing more than $32 million. High Point University is out $15 million to help train new teachers and principals. The school says it's helping transition those graduate students into other grant programs. There's cuts of about $3 million to a similar program at Winston-Salem State University. And Wake Forest is losing $1.8 million for a program to help preserve the Amazon. You can see a full list of cuts across North Carolina up right now on WFMYnews2.com.
And here is a look at some of the smaller cuts by DOGE in North Carolina. First up, $410,000 grant to UNC Chapel Hill. The money was being used to research ways to prevent Black moms from dying during childbirth. Another cut, a $380,000 grant to UNC Charlotte to help prevent Black youth from committing suicide, and a $190,000 grant to help to legal aid to help fight housing discrimination. New at 6 o'clock, FEMA employees fired for fallout from Hurricane Helene recovery. An internal investigation revealed they avoided helping people in houses with signs supporting President Trump.
2 Wants to Know's Ben Briscoe has new court documents shedding light on the investigation.
The story first made headlines in November, about 2 months after the storm, when FEMA fired one supervisor. Now in April, new court documents reveal the agency has fired 3 more employees, saying the issue was limited to this small group of 4 people out of more than 20,000 that work for FEMA. After Hurricane Helene tore up the east coast to North Carolina,
911 came way up really quick, and that's what's scaring me because it's coming so quick.
Water is so bad, I'm telling you, I don't know if they can get to us.
2 houses have already went down the river. There's 2 houses gone.
the Federal Emergency Management Agency deployed staff to help survivors. New court documents filed by a Department of Justice attorney say about a month into that work, FEMA leaders got a whistleblower complaint that a supervisor in Lake Placid, Florida, directed her team both verbally and in writing to avoid homes advertising support for then presidential candidate Donald J. Trump. The FEMA director fired that supervisor and appeared in front of Congress in November promising a full investigation.
I do not believe that this employee's actions are indicative of any widespread cultural problems at FEMA. FEMA, however, has taken appropriate action to ensure this matter is fully investigated, and I am committed to ensuring that nothing like this ever happens again.
We now know, thanks to the court documents, that internal investigation resulted in FEMA terminating the employment of 3 additional FEMA employees. To be clear, the documents do not say who the other 3 fired employees are, so we don't know if they were also in Florida or perhaps up in North Carolina working. But what we do know is the investigation found no evidence that this was a systematic problem, nor that it was directed by agency or field leadership. The supervisor fired last year responded to this court document saying she was following FEMA policy to remove yourself from the situation if you feel threatened. And she highlighted this text exchange that, quote, confirmed I was working under orders. She sent a message reading, "Good morning, Largro Road is politically hostile. We are not canvassing this street any further." Moved on to North Lakeview Road and got a response saying, "Great decision. Thanks for the update." I reached out to FEMA to request an interview. I haven't heard back. But the court documents also say FEMA will hold additional staff training to reinforce our mission and commitment to helping all people. Ben Briscoe, 2 Wants to Know.